Hell yeah. All right, that's enough of that shit. What up, y'all? This is the impromptu episode of the podcast of Pain, episode 31. A little bit more serial killer talk. I'm your host, D, and shocker, Will is not there. I did some intel. Will had a romp with the ex-wife or whatever, and she had been carrying on like a several-month relationship with a circus midget, and she's got all kinds of shit. So that means he's got all kinds of shit. His dick is leaking like a busted pipe. He's got a COVID mask on his junk. And I told him to stay the fuck over there. So I'm going to be doing this solo again. Not like I haven't done it before, but look at that, man. There's 6 fucking people watching. I bet none of them motherfuckers are Will or anybody that knows Will. Yeah, poor Will and his junk. Anyway, thank you guys so much for showing up. I appreciate it. Giving up your, what is it, Monday. Talk some serial killer shit. Got some business to take care of first. I'm gonna go ahead and try out some new shit. So like today in movie history, 1987 Creepshow got released. Anybody a fan of Creepshow 2? Yeah, come on. I didn't think so. You guys aren't that cool. Anyway, Creepshow 2. Go check that out, man. That horrified me as a fucking kid. It was basically like Tales from the Crypt with Tom Savini, who's a dickhead. It was just fucked up. 3 gruesome fucking tales, and yeah. Oh, first Creepshow, hell yeah. What the fuck is happening? And then my goddamn mouse decided to die on me. I thought I had AAA batteries, but I don't, so fuck that. Anyway, video game news. Anybody check out the Killer Instinct 4 trailer? I didn't know they made Killer Instinct 2 or 3, to be honest with you. But hell yeah, there we go. Kevin, he knows. Thanks for the ride, lady. Fuck yeah. All right, so you guys get a chance after the show, go check out Absolute on Spotify, iTunes, Facebook, TikTok. And don't be fooled, because I know even though a lot of us went to a decent school, I'm like Brady, spelling this is a little complicated. So it's ABS0LUTE. That those fucking bands. That's why we can't find your fucking music, because you spell it all ass backwards. It was a pain in the ass finding this fucking song on Spotify. Tell you what, I had to follow the direct link, jerk face. But go check out their stuff. It's a little hard. If you like the screaming shit, I have to mix it up a little bit more than that. But if you guys are into the screaming shit and you feel like this every day, God knows I'm getting close. Go check them out. Absolute. Tell them that the podcast of Pain sent you. Maybe we'll get a free t-shirt or a CD or something. I know I never got a fucking CD from Six Cylinder, bitch. Anyway, let's see. I got some proper notes now. Let's see if I can remember any of the shit that I wrote down. My phone's here. Phone's buzzing. Ready to rock and roll. Let's see. I'm going to create a new segment called Going Postal with the D. My postal adventures day to day. I hate motherfuckers that have improperly sized mail receptacles. For people like Brady, that's a mailbox, mail slot, receptacle. Anyway, like you got a handful of fucking mail, and the letters that show up, whether it's junk mail or bills or whatever like that, they're too long or they're too thick and they just won't fucking fit in, and you gotta fucking angle your hand and you gotta jam that shit all in there. And if the motherfucker opens from the outside, one of those slots, get your hand all wedged and cut up, and it's just a fucking pain in the ass. So fucking do better. Get a proper fucking 1990 fucking 5 mailbox. Not this olden days bullshit. And then it would also be much appreciated if you guys live in an apartment building or fucking duplex or whatever like that. You are sick of getting other people's fucking mail. Have a little post-it note over the mailbox or the mail slot that has the names of all the people living within your domicile. Again, Brady, domicile is house or apartment where people live. I love fucking with Brady. Also, man, your fucking dogs. If you know your mailman comes at a consistent time, put the motherfuckers away for like an hour or whatever like that, because that goddamn little motherfucker, I always get motherfucking ankle biters. I always get these little assholes that have to fucking attack the goddamn glass. Or you like to leave. It's the summertime now, or at least maybe not in Michigan. It's summertime, springtime, whatever. You get these ginormous fucking dogs bouncing off the fucking screen door. I ain't getting bit for no fucking junk mail, man. I ain't getting bit for no fucking pizza coupons. I will kick the shit out of your dog. And then I will mace you if you confront me about said dog getting kicked in the fucking face. Yeah, for pizza coupons. Is it worth it? No, put your fucking dogs up. I think that's it for today as far as the mail bullshit. You got some fucking crazy ass dogs out there, man. Video game news, like I mentioned Killer Instinct. Did anybody even know there was a Killer Instinct 4 kid in your box once in a while? Doesn't work. Does not work. I'm gonna put we're gonna have to zoom in. Definitely if it's Brady. What if I do? There's a giant spider in the box. I stuff that shit in there and bail. I don't even bother trying to close that bullshit. Fuck that. Cool mail booby traps. No, I have not. I have sent out a couple of what do you call them? Drawing a fucking blank. I haven't even started drinking yet. Glitter bombs. I heard those are pretty dope. But as far as like mail booby traps, no. Another thing with the mailboxes, that stuff like apartment complexes, they give us like this much room. And if you're one of those motherfuckers that gets a lot of catalogs, or you have a lot of goddamn shut off notices or court paperwork always showing up to your house, you know, we need to figure something else out, because I can't put a whole lot of mail in that bullshit. It's really annoying. And I'd be goddamn if I'm going to bring it back tomorrow. So do better. Or at least let me slide it under the door or whatever. That in itself is a fucking booby trap. Those little ass mailboxes for goddamn stuff in your mouth. Fucking this guy. This fucking guy. All right. Let's see here. Astronomicon 6.5. I think I've mentioned it a couple of times. That's coming up. Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes, Brian O'Halloran, Jeff Anderson. Who did they just add? Ryan Hurst from Sons of Anarchy is going to be there. Kevin Smith's daughter, Kevin Smith's wife, who's making her convention debut on Astronomicon 6.5, Burton Manor, June 24th and 25th in Livonia, Michigan. It's a good time if you haven't ever been. Probably one of my favorite conventions. And those motherfuckers are going to sponsor me, whether they like it or not. I'm going to get a t-shirt, or I'm going to get like free entry or whatever. Now, on to some more pressing news. I want to do some Patreon promos, because like let's just assume it's going to be me and Will's not coming back, okay? I got to do this shit by myself. I would like to give you guys extra content. What would you like to see? I think the whole Will showing his butthole scared everybody off, so we only have 3. And as a matter of fact, today we added a brand new one, Don Juan Delanu, to the Escape Pod. So I want to give you guys some more motherfucking shit. Let's see here. So yeah, Don Juan Delanucci, the Escape Pod, just joined the Patreons. I appreciate it, man. Shit, I'm probably gonna use it to buy more beer, honestly, at this point. And I also want to mention to Big Will, bitch, that all the Patreons we have so far, friends of mine, where are yours at? Where are your motherfucking sponsors? Where are your commercials? Where are your t-shirts? Bitch, do better. Get your dick fixed and then get to work, bitch. Or I will replace you with a goddamn dog. No, you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get a fucking stuffed animal. I'm gonna get a Build-A-Bear that looks like Will. And I'm gonna put him right here. And he's gonna interact with me and say just as much as the real Will does. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go out to Lansing. Where do we have a Build-A-Bear at? Lansing? I'm gonna go to Lansing and get a giant Build-A-Bear. And I'm gonna have a recording inside. Oh, sounds good to me. But yeah, like I said, Patreons, I'll give a shout out to Brian Ritson, Keith Hurley, Kevin Bailey, and Don Juan Dillanucci. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, Will, all people I know, where the fuck are all your homies? I think that's about it, man. I don't have any other bullshit topics to discuss. So I want to get back to this, fucking serial killer shit. Will, he said he had some intel and he was going to talk about some Michigan serial killers. So how about we talk about some Michigan serial killers? Let's get back up there. There we go. Will has no friends and his junk is falling off. That's an everyday thing for him, man. So, Michigan serial killers. I came across this one today, and this is fucking nuts. So, Miss Gwen Graham. Should I call her Miss? Is that giving her a little bit too much respect considering she's a serial killer? And Catherine Wood. These are two crazy looking bitches. One's a bleach blonde. One's got them dark hangover shades on. Yeah. So let's just jump into it, man. The deaths at Alpine Manor started as a game. At first, the killers planned to choose their victims alphabetically, with the initial spelling out murder as a private joke on the police. We don't get a whole lot of creativity with that shit anymore. Good job. As luck would have it, though, the aging women first selected still had too much fight left in them, and the plotters had to shift their strategy. In the end, they still found easy prey to satisfy their taste for death. Born in 1963, Gwen Graham was a California native who grew up in Tyler, Texas. It's always something about Texas. She was quiet and respectful to her teachers, but always had that sad look on her face. Later years, she claimed the sadness was occasioned by her father's sexual advances, but the charge, which he denies, was never proved in court. Motherfucker. And then if that wasn't bad enough, she moved to Michigan in 1986. She found work as a nurse's aide. What the fuck is it with like caregivers being the serial killers? Exhibit A in my living room. Caregivers ready to suffocate the fuck out of that old dirty bastard. Tell you what. As a matter of fact, I want to go a segue on that real quick. This motherfucker is like the most fucking helpless motherfucker in the world, man. Like, as soon as I hit the fucking living room door, the motherfucker's asking me to do shit for him. Like, dude, what do you do all day? I gotta fucking tie your shoes for you. I gotta fucking wash your fucking back of your neck because it's all fucking greasy and gross from sitting in that chair and doing nothing all fucking day, you sick bastard. I can't wait for him to pass away. I swear to God. I wish I was kidding. I can't wait for him to pass away. Because I'm looking for it. That insurance money that he says I have coming would help out a lot. So they like the control they have over. Oh yeah, fair. They like the control they have over their lives. Good call, Tina. Like mother serial killers, nurse aides, midwives. Shit, there was another one. I named a couple of them yesterday, but whatever. Yeah, it's man. I think it's the drain on dealing with people though, because that would be me. I don't think I could do that. I would kill somebody the first. Like if I was running, I always had this joke. When the whole Barney situation happened, or what was the other show? Elmo. That motherfucker had the inappropriate relations with kids and shit like that. I'm like, if I was that motherfucker, you wouldn't have to worry about that. You'd have to worry about me strangling them little motherfuckers because you got all these little motherfucking screaming bastards in a room screaming at me wanting to do the fucking Elmo voice, right? I'm going to suffocate every little one of them little motherfuckers, biting me, throwing up on me, peeing on me, shitting on me. Do the voice. Fuck that. You don't have to worry about any inappropriate fucking relations with your children. I will definitely beat the fuck out of them motherfuckers, though. for sure. So I think there are worse jobs than being a nurse or a caregiver or whatever. God damn. Um, but yeah, that insurance money. If it's not a ruse, if it really exists, these insurance policies have actually been procured because, I mean, my luck, it's going to be a fucking bill. It's going to be a fucking bill, but past due notice for missed payments on said insurance policies. That would be my luck. I'm hopeful, slightly hopeful. Got my taxes. I was waiting on my taxes. I waited till the last minute, like most of us fucks do. And I was like, all right, well, I owe like 500 or 600 to state, and I'm getting like 1,100 back from federal, so it'll balance out. Take the remainder and pay a bill, right? So I went to go check the status because it'd been like over a week, 2 weeks or whatever now, and typed in on the information, and I got a little notice like, oh, we have procured your refund to pay the back tax balance that you had from last year. Fuck, thank you. Thank you. One less fucking thing to worry about. Thank you. So that's about it. Adulthood's not fun. I tell my kids all the time, don't be in a hurry to fucking grow up because it's gonna suck. You're gonna have to get a job, deal with people. Hopefully I'm not that bad as a fucking old fucking parent pestering the fuck out of you, sending you every which way to do shit for me. Just put me out of my fucking misery. Yeah. So I've been looking around the house. What can I sell? Just to like put a fucking another tank of gas in the car. What can I fucking sell to put some more fucking food in the house? I'm going after the Ninja Turtle Funkos next. I swore I wouldn't sell anything Ninja Turtles, and I probably won't besides the Funkos because I think the whole fucking Funko thing is gonna plummet. So if they're not super dear to me, and I don't think any of these Funkos really are, I like money more. I'm gonna sell those bitches with the quickness. And if anybody's got any of them motherfuckers, like if they're not near and dear to you, still in the box or whatever, well, I'll tell you this: don't go to disc traders to sell them because those motherfuckers are completely full. If they're not taking any figures that are not at least $25 or higher. So because they have so many, and I'm like, you don't have that many. And then as I look around the store, like the end caps are all full of like The Office, Big Bang Theory, all the little shows that nobody watches anymore or whatever. Yeah, it's getting bad. So sell your fucking Funkos now. If you are at all thinking about it, do it now. Um, I think I can get a pretty penny for some of them Ninja Turtle ones though. Those were some of the first ones that came out. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, back to the stories. Back to the stories. Wish I had some Santa Claus glasses to put on. So I was like, oh, I was reading the Christmas story. The Christmas story. Rudolph and Donner and Blitzen and all them assholes. Okay. So let's see. She found work as a nursing aide at Alpine Manor Nursing Home in Walker, a Grand Rapids suburb. Not something you hear about in Grand Rapids that much. It's a nice town. Graham's immediate superior at Alpine was a 24-year-old Kathy Wood. Wet as a teenager, stupid. Wood ballooned to 450 pounds. God damn! When her 7-year marriage broke up, leaving her alone and friendless in Grand Rapids. Well, there's a lot to do in Grand Rapids. Fucking get over it. Hired at Alpine Manor in July 1985. Oh, shit. Beer's hitting me. She was soon promoted to supervisor of nurses' aides, but her social life remained a vacuum until she met Gwen Graham on the job. Their friendship swiftly crossed the line into a lesbian affair. And they're not like porn lesbians. They're definitely like monster. Charlize Theron, lesbian, yeah. Go ahead and Google them. Gwendolyn Graham and Catherine Wood. Not cute. Anyway, their friendship swiftly crossed into the lesbian affair. Wood dieting the pounds away and relishing the social world of gay bars, parties, and the casual sex. Her chief devotion was to Graham, though, and by late 1986, the two women had pledged undying love to one another, come what may. Gwen broached the subject of premeditated murder that October, but her lover thought we were just playing a game. During sex, Gwen got a kick out of tying Kathy down and choking her until she trembled on the verge of blacking out. God damn. If Kathy had complaints about the game, she kept them to herself. Let's fast forward a little bit. The homicides at Alpine Manor spanned a 3-month period from January to early part of April 1987. Gwen's first plan, the murder game, fell through when she selected targets, put up such a fight that she was forced to let them live. Man, how do you go to work after that? Like, they know you tried to kill them. They're going to tell on somebody. This is fucked up. In the future, Gwen decided she would only pick on women who were far too gone for self-defense. Her lover was a lookout, standing by where she could watch the murders and the nurse's station all at once, diverting any member of the staff who strayed too close, while Graham snuffed her chosen victim with a washcloth pressed across the nose and mouth. If you were going to kill somebody, how would you do that? Am I mistaken, or didn't they find the Golden State Killer living in Michigan? I have no idea. I don't watch the news. Kevin. So I'll go ahead and take it with a grain of salt, man. They probably did. All the fucking crazy people live here in Michigan. Blah, 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 blah. In several cases, Gwen kept souvenirs, an anklet or a handkerchief, a brooch, or a set of dentures. Like, what the fuck? So, what are you going to do? Put them on the mantelpiece? Like, yeah, those are my grandma's. Those are my grandma's, too. That's my other grandma's. I liked them so much, I got myself a pair. Made a whole set. That's just fucking creepy. Murder is a risky business, but the lethal lovers seem to thrive on danger, boasting their body count to colleagues who dismiss the comments as sick jokes. I do this too, and every once in a while when I get those stares and shit at work, I wonder, like, man, they're gonna go to HR on me. What happens if they actually do and I get pulled in the fucking office and I have to explain myself? Yeah, Darius, I think we should just go ahead and separate from this whole employment thing. At least 3 nurses' age saw the shelf of souvenirs in the house. Dumbass. See, I got fucking toys. You guys just think I'm a fucking retard. But no, this bitch is retarded. By April 1987, the honeymoon was over for Wood and Graham. Kathy balked at personally killing anyone to prove her love, and she was shortly rescued by her transfer to a different shift. By that time, Gwen was spending her time with Heather Barrager, another lesbian who ultimately joined her on a trip back home to Texas, leaving Kathy in the lurch. Later on, Kathy spilled her story to former husband, but Ken Wood stalled 14 months before he called the police. Okay, well, I gotta think about this. Like, I got 2 sets of income now. If she goes to jail, there's gonna be a trial. I'm gonna have to pay for the lawyer. 14 months. Yeah, get everything figured out. Good job. Gwen Graham, meanwhile, had gone to work at Mother Frances's Hospital in Tyler, keeping in touch with Kathy on the telephone. Grand Rapids police were skeptical on Ken Wood's story at first. That's fucking police, man. Come on, the fucking police. Like, of course. Hey, there's local bodies. There's like local fucking bodies being disposed of, and this crazy bitch has got a bunch of teeth on her fucking fireplace. Yeah, right, buddy. Yeah, right, buddy. Lay off the sauce, Grandpa. It's always the fucking cops that fuck that up. Some 40 patients had died at Alpine Manor in the first quarter of 1987, all listed as natural deaths. But on reflection, 8 cases seem to stand out. Yeah, it's like they all had fucking gash wounds, like the same fucking spot of their head. Like they all just fell down the same exact way over and over and over. Weird. 3 of those were finally eliminated by detectives, leaving a victim list that included 60-year-old Margaret. Fucking old people back in the day had fucked up names. Margaret Chambers, an 89-year-old Edith Cole, 95-year-old Myrtle Luce, 79-year-old May Mason, and the 74-year-old Belle Burkhardt. In no case was there any scientific evidence of murder, but Kenwood's statement and the second thoughts of staffers at the home were strong enough to make a case. Both women were arrested December 1988. Wood held without bond in Grand Rapids on charges of killing victims Cook and Chambers, and in Texas, where rumors of Michigan investigation had already cost Gwen her job. $1 million bond was sufficient to keep her in jail. The Alpine staff was overwhelmed by the arrests, though some remembered Gwen as unpredictable. Like all this, like you guys fucking have any suspicions? Say something. Don't be like, oh well, remember all those times that she said she had souvenirs, she had all these fucking teeth and shit, and she thought she was gonna kill this bitch, and we didn't say anything about it. Yeah. Keep it to yourself. I mean, tell somebody or don't. Don't be like, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember when we were talking about that. Remember? Oh my god. Fucking coworkers always ruining shit. Blah, 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 blah. Former nurses' aides Deborah Kidder, Nancy Harris, Lisa Lynch, Dawn Mail, and Russell Thatcher reevaluated the 6 jokes and souvenirs. I just said that. They had managed to ignore while, oh man, while their lives were on the line. Holy shit. In September 1989, guilty plea of charges second-degree murder spared Wood from life imprisonment, earning her a sentence of 20 to 40 years. In return, that relative leniency, she took the stand against Graham 3 months later. See, never have a fucking partner. They're going to sell you out. You guys saw Scream? They turned on each other at the last minute. Like, oh, you're fucking crazy. No, you're fucking crazy. It never works out with teammates. Never. Aside from the 5 victims murdered, said Kathy Gwen had tried to suffocate at least 5 others who survived. How do you let 5 others survive and nobody fucking blinks an eye at you? Wood's ultimate confession to her husband had been prompted less by guilt than fear that Graham would continue killing in her new position at Texas Hospital. This time with infants as her chosen. You pussy. I'm going to kill kids. Like infants? No kicking, just screaming? Yeah. When she was killing people at the Alpine, I didn't do anything. That was bad enough. But when she would call me and say how she wanted to smash a baby, Jesus fucking Christ, I had to stop her somehow. I knew she was working in the hospital there. She said she wanted to take one of the babies and smash it up against a window. Jesus fucking Christ. I had to do something. I didn't care about myself anymore. Okay, fair enough. Graham's attorney tried to portray Wood as the jealous, vindictive liar, setting his client up for a sacrificial lamb, but the jurors disagreed. They deliberated for 7 hours before convicting Gwen on 5 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. On November 2nd, 1989, Graham was sentenced to 6 life terms without the possibility of parole. Crazy. Bitches be crazy, man. Man. All right. So, where are we at? We're already at fucking 30 minutes. I got 2 more I'm going to fucking do. But before that, we're going to go ahead and do a commercial break because, I got homies and shit and they appreciate my patronage and me shouting their shit out. So, yeah. And yeah, it really pisses me off. I think StreamYard really needs to get their shit together. I don't know if the Escape Pod has figured that shit out, but I have found no hope in that bullshit. I'm actually looking into another streaming service. I hope they don't cut me off. They're like monitoring this shit now. Till then, fuck it. They come through great on Spotify. Fuck yeah, that's what I like. But like, since I got everybody listening now live on you in the tubes of you, I kind of want to hear it like now. Well, whatever. What about you guys, man? You heard any fucked up serial killer story? Okay, so I did some digging. Last night I was talking about how Netflix didn't ask the victims, one of the victims, or any of the victims really, to participate in the whole filming process of the Dahmer series. Let me see if I can actually find the fucking website I have on here. There it is. There it is. True. That ain't it. 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 Anyway, one of the victims' family members was portrayed in the Dahmer series, and they didn't ask her. They didn't ask her to sign off. They didn't ask her to give testimony. They didn't ask her shit. They just went ahead and portrayed her. There we go. How Dahmer became Netflix's most controversial show in years. See, this is stupid. And I would definitely like to know if anybody has like a legal background how this fucking works out. So it was. It's towards the bottom here. Okay. The show was subjected to criticism almost immediately after it was released. Most prominent among its detractors was Rita Isabel, the sister to Errol Lindsay. I didn't know there's another fucking Errol out there, who was one of Dahmer's victims. Isabel also gave an emotionally charged victim impact statement at the killer's 1992 sentencing. She wrote a personal essay for The Insider in which she detailed that she watched part of the show and was bothered. Isabel's statement was recreated to add dramatic effect to the show, and she was played by actor Deshaun Barnes. She said that she was never contacted about the show. I feel like Netflix should have asked me if we mind or how we felt about them making it. They didn't ask me anything. They just did it. But I'm not money hungry, and that's what the show is all about. Netflix just trying to get paid. So that is one of the yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Okay, crazy to be portrayed by someone without even being told. And I don't understand the legality of that shit like that, because I also mentioned the Back to the Future 2 thing with Crispin Glover, his likeness being portrayed and shit, and they didn't give him. Okay, that's fucked up. Allows documentary and docudrama makers to do it without permission. That's just fucked up. I mean, especially under those circumstances. I mean, it's a real it's just it's just fucked up to me. It's cool that she said she wasn't about the money and shit, but like you have to relive this whole fucking drama again. Some 20 fucking years later. It's just And then you see people like Evan Peters winning awards for playing the guy that killed your fucking family members. It's just fucking dicked up. You know. But like, yeah, it's Hollywood, I guess. So fucking hope Hollywood does my story proud. All right, so the next story we have here is on Danny A and Larry Lee Rains. They were homicidal siblings. So getting into that, they were born a year apart on Kalamazoo's east side. Danny and Larry Rains were the second and third of four children, battered incessantly by an alcoholic father. Who abandoned the family when they were both 10 and 9 years old. Before he finally left, their father never missed an opportunity to set the boys at odds with one another. On one occasion, and I laughed my ass off, I'm not going to lie, Larry recalls, he took out a quarter and threw it in the middle of the room. He told us to fight, and whoever won got the quarter. We literally tried to kill each other, over this damn quarter. I already used $1, like nowadays, Naturally, Danny won, and I detested him for it, even more so because the old man grabs him, pulls him down next to me, fucking pages, and gives him the quarter. That's fucked up. But my parents always used to fucking threaten that shit with me and my sister. Cunt. We're gonna let you guys go in a room and fucking kill each other. Down. Don't taunt me with a good time if you're not gonna be down. That's bullshit. That's bullshit parenting. Even with their father gone, the battles continued. I used to hit Danny with boards, throw knives at him, shoot him with bows and arrows, shit like that. Okay, I will admit, I did set my sister's hair on fire once. Went up like a mother. Whoosh! I don't know if it was all the Aquanet that my mom used to put in her hair, or if it was just because there was a lot of hair. And then one time in the yard, I gave her the backbreaker. If you guys don't know the backbreaker, go on YouTube. Search up brutal backbreaker WWE, because I didn't know wrestling was fake then. I didn't know how the moves worked. But yeah, I've tried to kill her a couple times. As they grew up, the brutal competition extended to girls. Both ultimately married the same woman. First Danny, then Larry. catching her on the rebound after she and Danny were divorced. Gotcha. It made no difference to the younger Rains that he was already in prison serving life when they tied the knot. It was still a victory of sorts over the brother he had simultaneously loved and hated all of his life. Danny, for the most part, calls Larry the only companion I had most of my life. And that's sad. He's the only true foe I ever had in my life, too. He's the only competition I ever had in my life. It's repetitive. You said it already. The twisted competition ultimately claimed at least 9 lives. Larry, the younger brother, was first to turn homicidal, discharged from the army in the fall of 1963 after spending his last 90 days in Stockade. Larry drifted across the country in April and May of 1964, thumbing rides, robbing at least 5 men and killing them with point-blank gunshots to the head. God damn. 3 of his victims were gas station attendants, murdered during the holdup. So I may have mentioned this before. I have the girls playing Grand Theft Auto, and they're pretty good at it. They suck at driving, but they like to go into the convenience store and rob the fucking clerks, you know? And Piper's the worst at this. She won't even let the motherfucker get his hands up before she blows a hole in his fucking head. And I'm like, you get more money if you sit there and intimidate him for a little bit, you know? I don't care if you kill him, but goddamn, give the motherfucker a chance to beg for his life. Holy shit. Vernon LeBen in Battle Creek, Michigan. Charlie Sizemore, Lexington. There we go. Host Annual, Charles Snyder in Elkhart, Indiana. The other 2 were motorists who picked Rains up while he was hitchhiking. This is bad. An unarmed victim in Nevada whose corpse was never found, and school teacher Gary Schmock of Plymouth, Michigan, who offered Rains a lift on Memorial Day. Larry was arrested at his girlfriend's house wearing Schmock's shoes. Sick fuck. And while he confessed to 5 murders, he was only charged in the latter case. At the trial supporting an insanity defense, psychologists testified that Rains' crimes were acts of symbolic revenge against his father, a gas station worker like 3 of Larry's victims, but a jury shrugged it off and sentenced him to life imprisonment. By that time, Danny had legal problems of his own, confined to state prison for assault and other charges. He was paroled on February 17th of 1972, 5 days before his brother's retrial. That's ironic. Ordered on appeal, was scheduled to begin in Kalamazoo. Legal maneuvers delayed those proceedings for 9 months, and Larry pled guilty on November 2nd, receiving a new life sentence the following day. Meanwhile, Danny had stolen the local headlines with stories of brutal rape slayings that marked him as the Rains family's 2nd serial killer. That's got to be fucked up. Well, your Uncle Danny's in jail. Him too? Yeah. What about Larry? Yeah, he's still in jail. What'd they do? Killed people? Fuck. Danny Wayland, what happens to the other fucking kids in that family? There was 4 of them, right? You think the parents looked at the other one sideways you better not. You better not. Danny Wayland, his first victim, 28-year-old Patricia Hawk, on March 18th as she left the local discount store with a 17-month-old son. He kidnapped her and drove her to the outskirts of town where he raped her and stabbed her to death. Her child was found that night wandering Kalamazoo's south side, crying for his mother. Hawk's body was recovered by the following day, and the community stunned by her death. 15 weeks later, on July 4th, 2 19-year-olds from Chicago, Linda Clark and Claudio Bidstrip, stopped for gas at a service station where 28-year-old Danny Rains worked with Brent Costner at age 15, or Brent Costner was age 15. Rains and Costner abducted the young women, drove them to a nearby lake in Danny's van, raped them repeatedly. Sorry, I gotta slow down. Before they were strangled to death. The final victim, 18-year-old Patricia Fearnow of Kalamazoo, was kidnapped by Rains and Costner on August 5th. Raped by both men, suffocated with a plastic bag. A month later, Brent Costner broke down and confessed his role in the murders, leading police to Fearnow's corpse, naming Danny Rains as his accomplice. Arrested on Labor Day, Danny insisted he was innocent of any wrongdoing. 2 separate juries disagreed, convicting him of Patricia Hawk's murder in 1973 and Patricia Fearnow's 4 months later. Sentenced to life on each count. Rains later pled no contest to Clark and Bidstrup slaying and received yet another life sentence. Brent Coster, for all his assistance to the state, still drew a life term in prison. And if, oh man, I love how it starts this. As if the saga of these twisted brothers was not strange enough, Danny's ex-wife, divorced from prison in 1970, went on to wed brother Larry in prison. In prison, Larry Raines, like, I love you so much, I'll wait for you. Didn't he get life in prison too? The fuck? Larry Raines, meanwhile, had legally changed his name to Monk Steppenwolf. Monk Steppenwolf, claiming some unspecified significance in Herman Hesse's novel of the same title. In 1987, Michigan author Conrad Hilberry presented the brothers as Ralph and Tommy Searle in his book Luke Karamazov, Hilberry's pseudonym for the monk Steppenwolf. A case study which was prompted certain careless writers to recount the bloody saga of the Searle brothers, complete with false names for their victims. Man, so brothers too? Cray. All right, so we're going to take a little break here, and we're going to talk about some other shit. So I felt like a complete retard. I was listening to the Escape Pod. I don't remember exactly what episode. I couldn't tell you the topic they were talking about because it's usually 2 hours before they get to the topic. What up, Escape Pod? But Don Juan Delanucci was talking about a game, and I'm not even for sure, but he made me feel like a complete tard. He uses word. This is what pisses me off. I also listen to a podcast called the Dead Meat Podcast with James A. Janice and his wife Chelsea, and they're married and they like to get scared together. But they speak about horror movies using words that would make Brady fucking gargle Drano. I'm like, I don't use those words in conversation normally. You know what I mean? And again, I'm just fucking with Brady. Love the guy, okay? He looks like Donald Logue. The guy from fucking Blade, you know who I'm talking about, the one that gets his fucking hand cut off and shit like that, sticks around to the end. I think he gets burnt up for a little bit. That's Brady. Anyway, same thing with Don Juan Delanucci. When he's talking about video games, he uses words like obtuse. And I'm just like flabbergasted. Like, I've never used a word like obtuse to describe a fucking video game. You know what I mean? Like, man, just dumb it down for the rest of us, bro. Okay, the controls were clunky. Cool. Graphics are dope. Sound is awesome. Story's badass. No, he says obtuse. And I'm like, man, I've never looked at a video game in such a way before, but man, he just made me feel like a fucking asshole. So I will not be thumbs upping that episode on the Tube's View. Thank you, fuck you, bye. It looks like Harry Potter, the fucking Hogwarts Legacy's coming out for the lower end of us, the motherfuckers that haven't gotten the new systems. We're getting it this fucking Friday. I had that asshole from fucking GameStop call and remind me that I had it on pre-order. I don't know. I don't remember. It was like a year ago when I fucking pre-ordered the shit. But the guy was like, so if you don't have any games you're playing while you're being a wizard, fuck off, dude. I'm carrying fucking mail. Carrying fucking mail, dude. Don't hit me with these fucking shticks that your boss makes you fucking say on the phone. Just tell me the game's coming in. Tell me when the fuck I can pick it up. Boom, bam. I'll come in, I'll fucking sell some games back, and I'll fucking, that's all we need for an interaction. We don't need anything else. Bitch. Those guys from GameStoppers. The last few times I went into GameStop, I looked for information on some of the games that I was eyeing coming out, Dead Island 2. You know how it happens? Like, you always have like 3 games coming out within like a 3-month period, and you want like some intel, like, what do you think of this game? What do you think of this game? What do you think of this game? And back in the day, in the 90s, you couldn't get those guys to shut up. Now the ones in there today don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Oh, I'm still playing Animal Crossing on the Switch. I got the new expansion pack that makes all the fucking chickens look like turtles. Thanks. I have a VR headset. You want to do some sadistic killing shit? No. See, I don't fuck with that VR shit. It's cool, but but when I told Don what's missing was the apostrophe, he made an example out of me that entire episode. Well, you know what, motherfucker? Bring it. Bring that bullshit. I fuck with Brady all the goddamn time because this motherfucker, they posted, what was it? It was like a mock of the Oscar Mayer Wiener shit, right? And I'm gonna pull it up. You guys won't be able to see it unless you go to ATSW the Escape Pod on Instagram. It wasn't too recently. Okay, so it says OG hot dogs by Lunar Girl, uncured wieners, and Escape Pod original. But the original version that Brady mocked up said a Escape Pod, completely fucking up the whole English language. You know, this is how we were taught in fucking third grade or second grade. And the motherfucker acts like he's from a third world country. I corrected him, and he's like, what does he say? Here for our faithful that are fucking grammar police, because God forbid. No, motherfucker, I speak English. You know, this is why the fucking aliens never come and visit us, because they're like, man, they can't even speak their own fucking language. We ain't going over there. We're going to go to Durkistan. We're going to fuck with some fucking farmers that fuck cows and shit. Fuck, these guys can't even speak properly. So, yeah, bring that motherfucking shit, dude. Straight up. Let's see. I'm playing Jedi Survivor. Yeah, you can eat a dick, too. You and your buying new video games. I got to sell old shit to get my video games. Saving up for an upgrade in the next gen. Oh, yes. Yeah, you know, that was the hope. That was the hope, and it's gonna come. And I'm not gonna rush to it. You know, that's gonna be an episode 2 that I discuss with or without Will. Our video game, our journey through the video game world or whatever. So you know how we all started out with. Well, some of us started out with Atari, Nintendo. Some of us, like Don, go further back than that because you're old as fuck. Coleco and Commodore and all this other bullshit. But like, you know, where did you turn off to a different system and why? You know, consoles back in the day, not so much anymore, but they had the exclusive games, and you know, Xbox has their exclusives, PlayStation has their exclusives, and then of course you had all the fucking Mario games only for the fucking Nintendo Switch. So that makes, you know, and it makes a difference. And I've done both. I've switched. It's all good. Yeah, you know what, girl, that's no bullshit, because that's pretty much how I was with the PlayStation 4. Like, I completely skipped over the PlayStation 3, and then by the time I got the PlayStation 4, they were already talking about, well, we're thinking about doing another one. Like, what the fucking hell? All right. Pause for just a second. I'm gonna do another goddamn commercial break because I gotta text the little missus really quick, and gotta figure out which commercial I haven't done yet. There we go. All right, and we're back. Let's see. So Dragon Buddy, save that for the episode, dude, because I'm gonna definitely have I'm definitely gonna have a couple of people on there and start talking about where they veered off into tangents. I'm gonna skip Brady altogether because I know he's been Xbox since the womb. So that won't be an entertaining conversation to have. So yeah, I think that's about it, man. I'm about 50 minutes in. I don't want to fucking sit and do another fucking long ass story. This guy's a black guy, so it doesn't really matter. He went to jail. Yeah, all good. But I'm thinking about working the serial killer / true crime thing into the show. If not a full episode on true crime, maybe just a little segment towards the end. I'm still toying with it. I don't really get a whole lot of fucking feedback from Will, except, well, it sounds good to me. But yeah. Yes. All right. But I think that's about it, man. I appreciate everybody showing up. Everybody, do I have anything else to say? Oh, let's talk about the goddamn sponsors again. I added the sponsors into the post for today. We have Chimera Illustration and Design that did the logo, the homie Brian. Check him out on Facebook. I think he's on Instagram as well. Then there's Minard Von Toys and Collectibles. I usually like to have him on every episode, but he doesn't have anything new to show off. So hopefully by the next episode, he will have some new Funkos, new figures to show off. That'd be pretty good. The third one's Tactical Trash Out. I'm going to do the whole Superman thing. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Tactical Trash Out. He only does Leone and Napoleon because he's fucking, they're entitled. He lives out there, so he thinks that's where he should run his business. Stupid. But I'm going to go ahead and shout him out anyway. Corona, they're not an official sponsor, but I'm going to shout them out anyway, as well as these motherfuckers. Kill 'Em All Beard Oil with the little Jason logo on there. If you have a beard enthusiast in your life, like your boyfriend, your husband, your next door neighbor, whatever, that you've been looking sideways at, go to Kill 'Em All Beard Oil, get them some product, or shit, if you're one of them fucking out west chicks, backwoods type of chicks, you got some fucking facial hair, butt hair, whatever. I'm sure they got products for all y'all. They have plenty of scents. They have pineapple. They have s'mores. They have leather. They have, what's this one? This one is Immortal. What the fuck is this? Some kind of fruity ass fucking Febreze scent. The one I'm working with right now is the Beetlejuice, which smells like grape soda and sour green apple. Dope as hell. And make sure you guys use let's see, I'll try and fucking put it in the comments. I gotta get batteries for this fucking mouse. Kill 'Em All Beard Oil.com. No, you know what? I need a tech person like Lunar Girl does for the escape pod. And then use Pain Pod for the coupon code. And that get you 10% the fuck off your order. So hell yeah, Kill 'Em All Beard Oil, and then the coupon code Pain Pod, all one word. And then yeah, like I said, May 14th is the next episode that we're gonna do, with or without Will. I'm gonna be talking about vampires. So video games, movies, books, TV shows, with the exception of True Blood and Twilight. We'll make mention of them. I don't really have anything to offer. Oh shit, Mike's in the house too. So I hope you guys so hell yeah, maybe he'll be like the fucking moderator and shit. So yeah. So if you guys want to tune in fucking May 14th or listen later on, that would be pretty fucking dope. Let's see here. And I think with that, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce. I appreciate you guys again tuning in. Much appreciated. If Will was here, he'd say, yeah, thanks for showing up. Appreciate you. All that good stuff. Let's see here. With that, I'm going to go ahead and leave you with some more of Static by Absolute. Go ahead and check them out on motherfucking Spotify, iTunes, as well as the Facebook, TikTok, all the socials. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There it is. So this has been the host of D. Thanks again for everybody, all you motherfuckers that showed up special for tonight. I appreciate it. I'm gonna hopefully get back in the groove of things and do more stuff, because fuck Will. Make sure you also check out the homies, ATSW The Escape Pod. They're on the Tubes of You every Wednesday, 7:05 Eastern Standard Time, like TBS back in the day. I don't know if they still do that or not, but Tubes of You, all your podcasting applications. Thanks to all the Patreons, Brian Ritson, Queef Hurley, Kevin, Big K Shitty, as well as Don Juan Delanucci. What up, Dan? Suck my bitch. And thanks to Lunar Girl, Dragon Buddy, Tina, Mike, Big K Shitty. Who else is in the motherfucking chat? All you motherfuckers, I appreciate you guys showing up. Hope to see you next time. There we go. Fuck Will. Fuck Will and his burning dick. Suck my bitch. All right, guys. Peace out.